Good morning, everyone, and welcome to St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic School. My name is Christine Coveney-Hunter, and I'm the proud principal of this amazing school. We have a population of approximately 557 very kind, very intelligent, and respectful students. They're guided here in their learning by our 57 dedicated staff members and supported by the caring families in our community. We're very lucky to be a part of this diverse community here in Toronto. Our school community today is excited to welcome a number of guests: the Associate Minister of Education, Indira Naidoo-Harris, Frank D'Amico, Vice Chair of the Board and Trustee, Lisa McMillan, the Vice Principal here at the school, Kevin Malcolm, Superintendent of Education, responsible for early learning and childcare, Michael Kakamo, Superintendent of Area 3, Marilyn Rodriguez-Wright, Senior Manager of Child Care Services, as well as Father Ruggiero, who's the parish priest. We hope you've all enjoyed your time here this morning with us, and I'd like to ask Frank D'Amico to come up to say a few words.
Thank you, and good morning. I am pleased to be here representing the Board of Trustees, including the local trustee, Maria Rizzo, who unfortunately could not be with us today. I take great pride in the wonderful work that happens each and every day at St. Thomas Aquinas. I congratulate the wonderful staff, students, parents, who with their support of the neighboring parish and other partners have created a thriving and successful school community here. This community, like so many others in Toronto, serves a diverse student population who come from hardworking families. We know the value that these parents place on quality education and safe and caring environments for their children, not only while they are in school, but also before and after school. I thank Principal Hunter for welcoming us all here this morning. I'm sure we are all looking forward to hearing the good news that the province of Ontario will be sharing with us. So without further ado, I would like to invite our Associate Minister of Education, Indira Naidoo-Harris, to come to the podium.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, and good morning, everyone. I want to tell you it's just a pleasure to be here with you all today at St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic School. You know, this is really a great school, and I want you all to know that. I had such a wonderful time this morning visiting with some of the students and meeting, I think, Victoria, Megan, Jade, and, a number of the other kids. Iris, I can't forget her name either, but it's just so amazing to be able to spend some time in the kindergarten classrooms and get a chance to really get to know the kids. So this is a great school, and I want you all to know that I can feel the energy, and you're really doing a wonderful job, so thank you. I want to make sure that I recognize all of you here today, so certainly Principal Hunter, thank you so much for giving me such a warm welcome. Vice Principal McMillan, Vice Chair D'Amico, Superintendent Kakamo, Superintendent Malcolm, and the kindergarten teachers who I met. Many of them, I believe one of them was Ms. Yagallo and Natalie Macri. So great to be here with you all. Of course, a big thank you has to go to you, Principal Hunter, you and the staff and educators here this morning for all that you do every day, your hard work, your dedication, your real commitment. It's very obvious to creating a safe and happy and healthy learning environment for our children. You're putting them on a path to a better, brighter future and creating a strong future for all of us. You know, this is one of the best parts of my job, visiting schools, spending time with the kids, and having conversations with educators, because that's what it's all about. It's about partnerships, and it's about having those conversations so that we can really share best practices and find out, so that I can find out what your needs are and how our government really can help you. After all, we are here for our children. That's what we're here for. And you are on the front line. the teachers here and the educators here, when it comes to helping our young learners and students get a head start in life. We also know that parents and families need help when it comes to giving kids a strong start in life. One of the things they tell us they want and need help with is, of course, greater access to high-quality, affordable childcare. And that's why we made a historic commitment in our recent throne speech to create 100,000 new licensed childcare spaces over 5 years for our infants, for our toddlers, and for preschoolers, but ultimately in the end for families out there who need that assistance and support so that they can do what they need to do in their daily lives to do the best for their children. So imagine that, an additional 100,000 kids in Ontario are going to be getting access to childcare. That's a lot of kids, and that's going to be a lot of families that we will be supporting. It's exciting news, and it's one that I'm really proud to be a part of. This commitment is going to double the number of spaces for 0 to 4-year-olds in licensed childcare, and it's going to give our kids the best possible start in life. Now, we know putting our kids on a path to success has to start at an early age. Anyone who's a parent knows that kids are like sponges from the moment they're born. They're really, learning machines. And it's important that parents, educators, community leaders, and governments recognize that and realize that there are opportunities there, and we want to ensure that our children thrive. We also know that parents worry. They worry about finding good quality childcare for their kids. After all, we've all been there when you take that moment and you hand off your child to someone else to look after them for the day. It can be a very moving and very emotional moment, and it's really one based on trust. And as a parent and as someone who's been there, you want to feel like you're handing your child off to someone who's going to give them the best possible care possible. Which is why we're starting when we are. We're starting as soon as possible to deliver those 100,000 new licensed childcare spaces because we know that parents need that support. So, it's my pleasure to announce today that our government is investing an additional $65.5 million in the 2016-17 school year to create close to 3,400 new licensed childcare spaces in Ontario. And these spaces are going to support families and kids all across our great province. Now, this really is something to celebrate. 3,400 more kids and their families in Ontario will now have access to childcare. This is what parents have told us that they want, and this is what they've told us that they need. This investment is going to give Ontario families more choice, more access, and higher quality childcare. These spaces will be going into schools all across the province, actually going into 49 schools across the province. And it will give our children the opportunity to grow and to thrive and to go from childcare into full-day kindergarten within the same school. It's really about seamless education, helping kids transition from one to the other in a natural way that allows them to really reach their full potential. So I'm pleased to announce today that 88 of these new spaces are going to be going right here at St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic School. You can go ahead and clap. I think it's fantastic news. 88 kids and their families are going to be getting childcare right here at this school. It's an investment. It's an investment of $2.5 million that we are going to put into your school. And that $2.5 million is really an investment in our kids and an investment in our education system and an investment in families. In addition to that, what that actually means is that you are going to be getting 5 new childcare rooms. So 5 new childcare rooms, which I think is fantastic. I saw the kindergarten rooms down there. They were wonderful. The kids were thriving. They were happy. And we're just going to be doing more. And we're going to help you do more. This is going to benefit so many families here in this wonderful neighborhood. I had the opportunity to walk down your neighborhood and drive down it when I first arrived. It's a lovely area. I could see the kids, walking down to school in their strollers and heading off here with their moms, holding them in hand. And I really spent some time. It really gave me a moment to think about what it would mean to those families, because I saw the moms walking up with the strollers and dropping their other kids off and heading back. This now means that they're going to have access to childcare right here in their neighborhood and on this street. It's going to benefit so many families. These 3,400 new spaces show, I think, that our government is delivering on our commitment. We made a promise, and that promise in our Ontario budget and in our throne speech. We are really significant investments that will directly benefit Ontario families. I want you all to know that you can count on us, and you can count on me. We have committed to 100,000 new licensed childcare spaces over 5 years. We've told families and we've told Ontarians that we want to get going on that right away, as soon as possible. It's a historic commitment. It's transformative in the way we're going to be delivering childcare. Because remember, this isn't just about spaces. That's just the vehicle. Really, this is about transforming the way we deliver childcare in our province, increasing access to high quality, affordable, licensed childcare. It's visionary, it's transformative, and groundbreaking. But we know that we'll need help. So that's going to be the second part of my announcement. We know that we need help to get it right. Our government is reaching out. We're consulting with parents, stakeholders, educators, and childcare experts all across the province. Why? Because this is a government, and I'm not the kind of person that's going to tell you how we're going to do it. I know that families out there are facing challenges. Moms out there and dads out there are sitting in their homes saying, where am I going to put my kids? I need help with childcare. And they want to be able to make those choices on their own. It's a very personal decision. So they don't want me saying we're putting all our money into this or the province is doing that. We're going to ensure that we give people options. And the only way to find out what those options should be and what the right choices should be is by consulting and is by talking to parents and experts across the province. So we want to hear from them. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from the parents out there. We want to get your feedback and we want to get your advice because we want to make sure that we're getting this right. After all, this really is about our children's future. And so that's why I'm pleased to announce today that we have begun province-wide consultations on our plan for Ontario's childcare future. We are engaging with the public, our early years partners, experts, parents, to hear their experiences, get their advice, and give them a voice. We want them at the table. The feedback we receive will help us shape the future of childcare in Ontario, and it will help us shape the future for our children, one that is focused on quality, affordable, and accessibility, one that gives parents choice and flexibility and meets the needs of children and families. Our consultation has many parts, many different layers, because we want to make sure we're reaching as many people as possible, and we want to give people the opportunity to feed back to us. I'm just one person. I'm going to try to get to as many places as I can, but I'm also challenging parents and families out there to do their part to make sure that their voices are heard. I want you to know that we've started. We've already begun regional consultation sessions and parent town halls. I've held them in Thunder Bay, in Moosonee, and Moose Factory Island. We met with a lot of people, and we met with a lot of people from a variety of different backgrounds. I got their advice, I got their feedback, and I got their ideas, and I heard their voices. And the conversations were absolutely great, were energizing, and were completely positive, which really made me feel that we're on the right track. People were so pleased to hear from us and so pleased that I came out to speak with them. And they were happy to talk to me about what their challenges were, and I think they felt that I was open to listening. They were thoughtful, revealing, informative, and I look forward to having many more in the coming weeks and months. And in the coming weeks and months, we're going to be holding sessions and town halls across the province. So just to give you some ideas, Toronto, of course, Brampton, Kitchener, London, Windsor, Peterborough, Kingston, these are just Ottawa, these are just some of the places we're looking at because we want to make sure that we're looking at rural, urban, and northern communities. So we're going to try to hit all the spots we can that are important when it comes to getting a good variety of voices. We'll hear from childcare providers, school boards, employees, Indigenous partners, the public, of course, in both official languages and from the various diverse communities in our province. Because this initiative is going to touch all parts of our province and many communities in many ways. The stories in rural Ontario are different from the stories in urban Ontario, are different from the stories in Mississauga, and Brampton stories are different from Windsor's, so we want to make sure that we get it right. We'll also reach out to parent board members and childcare centers and child and family programs, as well as parent organizations. Absolutely, parents are important in this process. And finally, we will have online surveys and social media channels to help reach as many people as possible. For those people who can't make it to one of the sessions or the town halls or the discussions, we've launched a website where they can find out more. The website is live, and the public is invited to read our discussion paper. So we're just coming out with this discussion paper now. I am going to be taking this discussion paper across the province over the next couple of weeks and months to ensure that people get a chance to read it. It's called Building a Better Future. It gives people a sense of where we are today, and it will also give people a sense of what questions and what things that we feel we want to hear back from them. So there are a variety of questions inside here about accessibility and affordability so that parents can feed back to us about what they want us to know. It's going to help us shape the plan for childcare and get their advice and opinions. The survey, discussion paper, and details of the upcoming consultations can all be found on ontario.ca/more childcare. Once again, that's ontario.ca, more childcare. ontario.ca/more childcare. We're consulting in a variety of ways. Why? Because we want to hear from you. We want to hear from parents. We want Ontarians to have a voice when it comes to delivering childcare in our province, and we want to get it right, and we're committed to trying to get it right. That's the best I can promise you, is that I'm committed to doing it. It's an important commitment. We want to make sure our plan meets the needs of Ontario families, and while we know this is bold and important for our children, it's also important for the success of our great province. We know that investing in childcare helps to promote women's empowerment, reduces the gender wage gap, reduces poverty, assists single parents, and helps new communities. Our government is committed to building a childcare and early years system that is high quality, that is seamless, that is more accessible for you and Ontario families. That's because every child deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential in life. We're going to do our best to ensure that happens, and every child deserves the best possible start in life to make that happen. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I am happy to take your questions now. Are there any questions? Okay, fantastic. That's great. Thank you.